Wendy Smiga was born on September 17th, 1972, in Bryan, Texas. There's not much known about her life growing up, but her former classmate has written that everyone remembers her as having been happy, positive, and always smiling. Somewhere around the year 1995, she got married to a James Donald Kirk Jr., and the couple ended up having 2 kids together. Wendy was a registered nurse at the local nursing home, having only worked there for little over a year. On November 23, 2009, Wendy was found in her bedroom at her house in Edna, Texas. Her husband had called the police and told them that he had just killed his wife. Wendy was pronounced dead at the scene at 5:20 a.m. Their children, 13 and 8 years old, were asleep in the house and did not know what had happened. Initially, the authorities found the murder weapon, but did not disclose what type it was. James Kirk was held on a bail of $250,000. Those quoted in news articles stated that they never heard of any violence from the couple before and hadn't ever been arrested before. Both were described as having been upstanding citizens living their lives in the small town. James Kirk was described as coming off as a family man and was often seen watching his children play and having barbecues. A candlelight vigil was held for Wendy later that night that she had been murdered. On December 1st, 2009, the grand jury indicted James Donald Kirk Jr. He was accused of stabbing Wendy, with autopsies indicating that she was stabbed with a large kitchen knife multiple times in the upper torso area. Rumors speculated that she wanted a divorce. James Donald Kirk Jr. was convicted of murder and sentenced to 45 years in prison. He is eligible for parole on May 24, 2032, with a projected release date of November 23, 2054. And the least, he would be 67 if granted parole, and at the most, he would be 89 if still alive at his release date in 2054. As of 2021, he is 56 years old and still alive. He is serving his sentence at the Wynn unit in the Huntsville area of Texas. The home Wendy once lived in has since been sold. Wendy was buried at Memory Gardens in Edna, Texas. She was 37 years old.